Hey guys, Bill Soriano from Pittsburgh, and this is one of several videos I'm going to make here, going over the scanners that we have in our new platform, which is Jifu. As many of you should know by now, our trading community was with a particular company for 8 years or so, and the leaders in our community decided to made the decision to move over to a different platform, and that platform is called Jifu. And so with Jifu, we're certainly not losing anything. We're gaining a lot. For one price with Jifu, you get access to all six of the academies. They have the Forex, the crypto, the social media, the e-commerce, mindset, finance. You also have the travel portal. And you have the live educators, just like we had with the other company. So I'll show you in a second here. And you have the scanners. So there were 6 scanners last week when we signed up. They added a new scanner a day or so ago called Supernova here. And on Monday, our scanner that we used with the other company will also be live on this platform. So there'll be a total of 8 scanners, 6 academies, 8 scanners, live training, live educators, travel portal, all for one price with Jifu. So enough of that. Now, um, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make these short little intro videos, kind of giving you an introduction to each of these scanners. I'm going to create a PDF file as well that will have all that information on it for each scanner. Probably just one PDF file with all the scanners listed as I go through them. I'll be adding to that PDF file. So I'll have this intro video here on there. I'll have some videos that I make showing some examples of trades that you could have taken. I'll do those like throughout the week and add them to the PDF file, the links to the PDF file as well. And also any documentation to help you with the strategy. If there's PDF files for each individual strategy, I'll have those on there as well. And also which educator does the live sessions on the platform and what their schedule is. Okay, so again, you're going to get this information from me for free, but it's not going to be of any use to you, obviously, unless you sign up with me here with Jifu so that you can get access to the scanner, because the scanner is what starts the whole process where you get the signal to start looking at your trade. And so the first scanner I'm going to go over is called the Golden Era Scanner. And this is the scanner that we are using to trade just gold. Okay, it's a scalping strategy and it's done on the 5-minute time frame. Okay, so you want to make sure that you have gold here selected, right? I like to select the Londa one here. And you want to make sure that you are on the 5-minute time frame. So this is a scalping strategy. And again, with these scanners, guys, it's important to understand that they're not programmed to just spit out trades for you. Okay. You're not supposed to just take the trade because the scanner gives you the trade, right? You're supposed to look into it. There's other criteria that have to be, confirmed. There's other confirmations. With this particular scanner, there are several confirmations before you would want to take a trade. And then, of course, anything that's unique to your trading plan, you should do as well. Okay, so it's the first thing I want to say. Also, I want to tell you that I'm not an investment advisor. I'm not qualified to give you any investment advice. That's my disclaimer here. So, what I provide you is for educational purposes, right? Forex is a risky business. You could lose all or part of your capital, and you should always start any Forex trading, any new strategy, any new platform on demo. Okay, so that you're not risking any of your own investment capital. Okay. Once you try things out on demo, once you're convinced that you like the strategy, you can use the strategy, and it'll be profitable for you, then you can use it on a live account. So that's my disclaimer there. And again, these scanners are not just built to spit out trading signals that you just take as soon as they come out. There's other confirmations involved in them that, can't be built into the algorithm that the scanner uses. So this is the Golden Era Scanner, and this one's, a pretty basic here. If you click here on this link here, they tell you, some of these scanners, they have the information on how to use them. Now, some of them are new, so they don't have information on all of them. The ones that they don't have information on, I'm pretty sure that the live educators have that information for you in their recorded sessions that they do. Their live sessions that they record, obviously. And so right now, if you look here, there is information here on the Golden Era, the Trend Wave, the Kill Shot, and the Sniper Pro. So these are probably the first ones that I'll do for you. So again, this one's the Golden Era. You click on there and you see that the creator of this indicator has 3 very short videos. I watched these a couple times last night. They're very, very good videos and right to the point, tell you how to use this strategy, what confirmations to add to it, which ones are, mandatory, which ones are optional, and then of course anything else that you have as well. There's also a document here. This is a overview of the strategy right here, which I've already downloaded. And so we're going to just basically go through that here in this video. But just want to say that, there's 3 short videos to watch first. Tells you all about the strategy, right? This one's only 7.5 minutes. This one's 4 minutes. This one's 11.5 minutes. So very short. You could do this very quick. Doesn't take a lot of time, and you know how to use this scanner. Okay, and then of course, like I said, you always want to trade on demo. Okay, so I already have this PDF downloaded here, right? But you see, like I said, the document's right there to download. And so this is what this looks like. This is the Golden Era Scanner for trading gold, and it is a 5-minute scalping strategy. So if we scroll down here, we see the overview here, right? It's a scalping strategy on a 5-minute time frame. We only trade gold. We don't need to watch charts all day. There is a notification feature on this scanner. There's a group, I think, where they send the notifications to. And of course, you'll get all that information when you decide to become a member with Jifu. So the first thing you do is, obviously, when you log into your account, like I just did, you click on the Golden Era Scanner. Right, then we click the symbol. We want to make sure we have the gold symbol up, XAUUSD, and then we make sure we have it there. And then we make sure we're on the 5-minute time frame. And you can see what the alerts look like when they go off on the scanner. They're basically this check mark here. You get this box here, which is your zone to enter the trade. You get an invalidation zone, which is like a stop loss for you, and you get some exits as well. Okay, so like it says there, you wait for the notification. The first notification is that check mark that appears right there. And again, you're on the 5-minute time frame, right? So what you want to do is you wait for that 5-minute candle to close. They do have a countdown thing here on the scanner that you can use, but you can just also look at your clock also in the bottom right-hand corner of your laptop. And then you wait for your confirmation perimeters, and then you can enter the trade. Now, the confirmation perimeters are what I'm going to go over here in a second. So like I said, you don't just take the trade because the signal comes out, right? So here what we know is he goes into how to exit your trades here. So he gives you, which is really good, he gives you, the signal. He'll give you the confirmations, which I'll go over in a second. They're in this PDF file. Then he tells you different ways you can, exit your trades, right? So, exit option 1 is you exit at exit point 1, right? With 1 trade. Another option is you take 2 trades, right? One of them you set for exit 1 to take profit. The other one you set to take profit at exit 2. And then there's a third option here where you just exit 1. You take 80% from your trade once price hits exit 1. And then at exit 2, you take out the rest of it, right? Now with option 2 and 3, he tells you to move the stop loss to break even after hitting exit 1. So he gives you a good trade management plan there, right? He also tells you about your risk here. If you're just doing 1 trade, then obviously you may risk just 1%, right? You really shouldn't risk any more than 1%, especially if you're a beginner or intermediate trader. If you're more advanced, then you can risk 2 or 3%, but you should always start out with 1. course, you're going to be trading this on demo, so just start out with one anyway. If you do take two trades, then you would only risk 0.5% on each one of those trades because you don't want to lose any more than 1% on any particular trade. Okay. Now, like he says here, if the check mark is above the golden zone, right, meaning it's going to be a buy, you can set a buy limit order at the zone, at that golden zone of action, or you can just wait for price to enter that zone if you're watching your chart and do a market execution, right? And of course, if the check mark is under the golden zone, it's a sell. So you can put a sell limit order by that zone, or you can wait for price to move into the zone and manually market execute the trade. Okay. Now, very important with this strategy is news, okay? Anytime you're trading any Forex pair, or really anything on the 5-minute or the 1-minute where you're scalping, or even the 15-minute, okay? You really have to pay attention to the news. And this scanner comes with very specific news rules, right? And of course, this news is based off of USD news because we're only trading gold here, okay? So he shows you how here on investing.com, some people use investing.com, some people use Forex Factory. I like to use my FX books. No matter what you use, you want to look. So basically, most of them all have 3 levels of news, right? Or actually 4. There's either no news, right? Or you have, in this case, a 1-star, a 2-star, or a 3-star, with 3 being the most high impact news, right? So what he's saying is if you have 1-star news, it's okay to still trade, right? If you have 2-star news, and he says this is optional, okay, although it doesn't say it here in the PDF, he says, you can decide if you want to take the trade. If it's just 2-star news, me personally, I would follow this advice here. If it's 2-star news, I would not trade 30 to 60 minutes before or after the news. And then, of course, if it's the highest impact level news on the US dollar, 3-star news, then you would not take a trade 1 to 2 hours before and after the news. Okay. So that's what it looks like for you on investing.com, where they'll tell you the time and they'll make it a 1, 2, or 3-star event. This is what it looks like on Forex Factory. They give you folders, different color folders. They also do this on MyFX books. On Forex Factory, the yellow folder means that you can trade. That's the lowest level. The orange folder is the medium level, which again, don't trade 30, 60 minutes before and after the news. And then the red folders are the high impact news, where you don't trade 1 to 2 hours before and after news. Very specific news rules here for this strategy. There's also more, right? He says we don't trade the whole day when we have NFP news. NFP is non-farm payroll news, right? This comes out the first Friday of the month, okay? You don't trade it all that day. There's just too much news, and it's just too risky for you to trade gold during that period. Also, if you have news about any USD interest rates, okay? So if any of those, it'll more than likely be the high impact red folder or 3-star news. But even if it isn't, when you see that it's about interest rates, then he tells you specifically you can take a trade up until 2 hours before that news comes out. After that, you can't take trades, and you do not trade that day after the news, okay? If you have CPI or PPI news, the same exact thing. You can trade up until 2 hours before the news. After the news, don't trade. CPI is the consumer price index. PPI is the producer price index, I believe. So when that kind of news is coming out, more specific news there, more specific rules for that strategy. Okay. Then he tells you the confirmations now. So this is the things that you need to look for in addition to that signal coming out. You get that check mark, right? You wait for that candle to close to make sure that check mark stays there. And so what you're doing is, let's go back to there. we want to make sure that we're trading with the trend. Okay. So you can see here how he's showing you this particular movement here, how this price, we're trying to buy this. It's making higher highs, higher lows. You have at least two or three higher highs and higher lows here, right? You could see it here clearly. This is in an uptrend. So you would only want to take that. You would only take a buy. Now, if the indicator was telling you to sell this, you probably wouldn't want to do it. So the first confirmation is the trend. The second confirmation is he says to look for that golden zone area, that entry area, scroll back and see if that area has provided support and resistance in the past and if it's been respected. So you can see here in this particular example, you have a point here where it kind of doesn't get respected, but then you have 2 points here where price comes up to that area and then reacts off of it. So kind of got respected there. So now the price has moved through there. We can expect that now to, instead of being resistance, we can expect that zone there to be support for this buy order. Okay. The other thing he says is you can look for specific candlestick patterns. And of course, now the candlestick patterns are more optional, okay? Because sometimes you may see these, sometimes you may not. But the specific ones are the bearish or bullish engulfing, right? The shooting star or the hammer, right? With the shooting star being bearish, the hammer being bullish. The morning star, which is bullish, and the evening star, which is bearish. And then the last thing he talks about is imbalance. So I talk about imbalance a lot in my videos that I do on my 4-hour strategy that I give you for free. But on imbalance, imbalance is a trading in a price gap where buying and selling were not equally matched, often leading into a quick price correction. Traders should watch for these zones as they can act as magnets for price movement. So basically, when you see this big move down here, and then if you go to the candle before it and you use that lowest wick to the highest wick of the candle after it, that's where the imbalance is at. And we know that this is called improper price action. It's called imbalance, fair value gaps, they call them as well. And we know that this acts as a magnet for price to come back to. So basically what he's saying is, if you look at the trade setup, and let me see if he explains it here on the next slide. If you notice any imbalance right down below your invalidation level. So your invalidation level obviously is where your stop loss would be set for the trade, where you would exit the trade at a loss, preferably just a 1% loss on demo when you're first starting out here. And so if you see imbalance down there, in this case, we don't have imbalance. It's hard to see on this chart, but these wicks kind of line up here on the candle before and after this big move up here. But if you see imbalance down here below the invalidation zone or for a sell above the invalidation zone, then what he's saying is that's a reason not to take that trade, because since that acts as a magnet to price, price could move down into that area, take you out of the trade before then going in the direction that you wanted it to go. Okay, so basically saying we don't trade when we have imbalance at the same area from our invalidation level. So basically right at or it's basically below that level for a buy, above that level for a sell. Okay. And that's basically the whole strategy for the Golden Era Scanner. That's basically it, guys. Right? So again, this is just one of 7 scanners right now. There'll be 8 scanners on Monday once our impulse scanner goes live here, right? And it's going to be called something different, but it'll be this. Actually, it'll be a beefed up version of the scanner that we're used to, because the creators of the scanner, Dr. Josh Lee and Brandon Boyd, were able to add some other things to it in moving it over to the Jifu platform. So now they do offer the live training. again, if you've been with the other company you were with, you may actually recognize this guy, Manny. Manny was with the other company we were with as well. He does the Smart Monix scanner. He brought that over to this company. And this is Nick Engels. Nick Engels was with the other company as well. He's now over here in Jifu. And Nick is the one that does the live education for the Golden Era Scanner. So he does live analysis sessions. He does 3 of them a week, one on Monday, one on Wednesday, one on Thursday at 12 noon. I believe this is my time zone right here. I'll have to check on that. But it says here 12. So I'm assuming that's 12 noon. Now you notice down below Nick here is Dr. Josh Lee and Brandon Boyd. They're now live on the platform here with their live session every day, 5 days a week at 1 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, so Nick, though, is the educator for this Golden Era Scanner. Okay, so that's the brief introduction to the Golden Era Scanner, guys. Like I said, I'm going to create a PDF file with the links to this video, link to that PDF document explaining how to use the scanner. During the week, I'll try to find some examples of trades that went off for you, and I will put a link to that video. And then I also have Nick Engel's name on there along with his schedule for the live sessions. Again, you're going to get this for free for me, guys, but it's going to be of no use or little value to you unless you do join me here in Jifu, and you get access to the Golden Era Scanner. Again, when you sign up, you get access to everything. It's not broken up into different packages. One price gives you everything. Like I said, there's 6 academies. You know, there's going to be 8 scanners as of Monday, and there's a live travel portal. So if you have any questions, guys, and again, if you're watching this video, depending on when you're watching it, we may have a bonus offer still available for you. I'm making this video on May 10th. Saturday, May 10th, 2025. And we still have 2 more days left for the bonus. So if you join me, join Jifu before May 12th at midnight, which is this Monday, coming up 2 days from the day as I'm making this video. If you're watching this video in the future, of course, the bonus is no longer available. But if you want to get started, make sure that you get with me so you can get that link and save $50. Okay, so that's it for this Golden Era Scanner, guys. Like I said, during the week, I'll try to find some trades that have gone off and show you how those went. And then, like I said, next week I'll probably go over maybe the trend wave scanner or one of these other ones for you. So each week I'm going to try to go over a scanner. Keep all the information on one PDF file so it's easy for you to access. Kind of just like this PDF file I created for my free damn near 100% objective 4-hour supply and demand trade plan, right? So if you would like this free PDF, let me know and I will send it to you. It also has links here in it. There may be a link down in the description area of this video, depending on where you're watching it. It also has links to sign up right now for that bonus offer. Of course, if you're getting to this after the bonus offer expires, those links won't be there anymore. Okay, there could be a different bonus offer, or there could be none at all. So, Bill Soriano from Pittsburgh, guys. Have a great day, and get started here with Jifu.